Welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Nilaus, and thank you very much, all of you, for following my Let's Play here, and also for some of you also coming up on over to my Twitch channel. I have a Twitch channel. It's over at twitch.tv/Nilaus, and these days I am streaming Satisfactory pretty much all the time. It's pretty crazy how much I'm streaming Satisfactory these days, but I'm streaming it at 8 p.m. Central European time, so come on over, say hi, and hang out. Be part of the design process for this amazing factory as we progress. Let's talk a bit about what's going on today so that you are prepared. I did have some questions, well, for myself about this this episode. Because we started on this one, we built the reinforced iron plates, or technically the stitched iron plates last time in this factory. And, oh, I actually missed a little panel there. Well, we'll get that next time. And here, I now put some colors on. Natsa and Majin Goku, they are the ones who have come up with the colors for this factory. It is, yeah, Rescue Yellow. I think that's what we'll call it, Rescue Yellow. And this is the one we built last time. It's working flawlessly, awesomely, and it's right now it's just putting into a box. So we built the stitched iron plates for two reasons. One is we want to have stitched iron plates. It's also good for getting more tickets, but more specifically, it's one of those things you need. And for example, one of the things you need it for is frames. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on frames. This floor here, we have BGOP and Executor are the ones who have sponsored this floor of the factory. Let's do that one. Unfortunately, it's nighttime, but that doesn't matter because we are going to be working in here. I have the flashlight on. I think that should be okay. Let me know if this is getting too dark for us to build. I think we're going to be really close to things, so it's going to be okay. And the night is dark and full of terrors. I mean, short and not too obtrusive in this game, like other games. Not to mention Icarus, to shame that. But what we want to do is we want to build at this floor, we build rotors, and on the floor above, we want to build frames. Rotors, let's have a look at what the rotors are like here. So basically, we have this one, which is coming in with ingots from the bottom floor. It's coming in at 270, and I don't want to use 270 at this floor. No, no, no. We want to use distinctly less than that. We want to use, well, let's see. This will be the rotors, and since this is a pure iron factory, then you don't have to mention that copper rotor or steel rotor are better. They are not better if the only resource I have is iron. So as I only have iron, I'm not going to make steel rotor, I'm not going to make copper rotor. I'm going to make the good old-fashioned rotors full of screws, and they'll be rattling around, and that's the one we're going to make. So if we go back on this one, this is divided by 4. To get the number of ingots, this means it's 6.25. This is, of course, each one is 1 ingot. So what we have here is 11.25 iron ingots for each rotor. So if we make 16, so this one is making 4 per second, or minute. There's always minutes. If I say something per second, I mean per minute. So let's not. If I do 16 of these times the 11.25, then I'm using 180 of the 270. That's pretty good, okay? That's going to be our frame of reference. So we want 4 of these. Yes, and if I want this, then I need 100 screws per minute. 100 screws per minute. Let's have a look at that. If I use the casted screws, because they're great, again, no point mentioning the steel screws because we don't have steel at this location. So this is going to be 50. That should be pretty straightforward. I need 2 of these constructors for each one. On top of this, it needs 20 iron ingots, and I need 4 of those. I need 4 of these 20 iron rods per minute. Yes, for each. That's 80 iron ingots per minute. That is 5 1/3 constructor worth of it. So what if I take, this is the one that comes in. I will basically just let it go all the way in here. So let's move this. And that is probably a good place to start it. Here. Yes. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to be the first place I want to build it. There. Is that even? No. Let's make sure it is. There. Alright, this is going to be the first one we built. That'll be the screws. And that means I can build the splitter here. And I can keep splitting it down there. Split. Split. Maybe split. Split. And I don't know, how far do I need to go? I need to have 8. Who knows if that's 8. Alright, so this will be 1, 2. Both of these will be screws. I'll do casted screws. And then this will go into straight in. Well, not straight in, because I'm going to merge them together. That will be a merger. There. Let's go up on this one. This will be straight in. So we want to make both rotors and frames in the same episode. So that means we are covering a lot of ground. And not only that, we are also, on top of that, we're also going to grab it and put it into a truck stop, or 3 truck stops, so that those three truck stops can be accessible to anywhere else in the factory. If I should choose to do that. Do I want it like this or like that? I don't know. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Actually, it will matter quite a lot, because I don't want to build this one just yet, because I want to build the other one. Then 1, 2, and come on, 3. And this is where it's important. Yeah. Really? No, it's too close. Take that out. Here. That looks like it says 2 lines, and that means it should be... I love that sound. Right. So this one will be the iron rods coming up here, and this will be... We can now reestablish here the 2 belts of each 50. That means this can't be a level 1. It can be a level 2. And then gets 100 screws in, plus some iron rods up there. Yes. All right. Let's continue building this part here. It's going to be for the second one, and we're going to see if that's for the third one, and then for the fourth one. Yeah, like this. And that means I need 1 more. And over on the other side, I will need to get the iron rods. They can be placed now. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 will give us 75. So the last one, the 6th one, has to be smaller than or less than the other ones. This one will just do iron rods, but only do it at a lower rate. There, 5. And all the other ones will be iron rod, and there. So how does that work? Well, I'm going to get it into this one. So I'm going to need to have a high belt. And I think I want to go 1, 2, 2, and of course it should be a Mark III belt. That seems reasonable. I can take this out eventually. That means I need to consolidate everything that comes out from this side. Consolidate on this one, and that'll be, of course, be merger. And then I will be... And then the question is... Ah, it's right there. Huh. Isn't that actually the same? Yep, that is perfect. Sweet. I like it. I think I'll take this one out. Maybe I'll change it, but I like this. Then we can get all of the other mergers in here. There, merge. Come on, merge the right place, merge again. And we should start seeing very much a pattern emerge here in terms of sort of what it's going to look like. All right, they will all go out here, consolidate on this belt, which will allow it to go in on here. And then I can, this will be aligned towards, that's not actually correct. I need to make sure that it aligns here. So it's probably better to stand on this side. Yes. There we go. That's not it. Need to be... That's the one. Right. Yes. And the last one. All right. Whew. Now there's some amount of compilation on all of that. What we'll also do, obviously, is on the outside here, we'll also have mergers. Mergers, they are here. And they'll be somewhat in the middle of the tile here. If at all possible, we'll always do middle of the tile. And then there has been some questions about my designs about, oh, can you just summarize inputs, outputs, design, all of that cool stuff. And yes, I think a lot of it, once we build it, I'm going to be sort of standing up here. Another thing is, of course, you can always get the save game if you're patron supporters. I allow patron supporters to get access to all my save games. It's just, I think that's a nice little reward without being anything too serious. There we go. And is that actually correct? Yeah, it is. So we'll just put it into a box for now. So basically, what we have, 4 assemblers, each making 2 rotors, or 4 rotors per minute. And then we have, each is a little unit, and this is where you could say, well, if we had blueprints, then I could do that one. So each take 100 screws, that's 2 assemblers worth of screws. That means 8 assemblers worth of screws in total. And then it needs 80 iron rods as well. 80 iron rods is 5 1/3 assembler, or no, constructor making that. So what I need to do now is just pairing up all of that, firing it up with power, and then we get ready for it to get started. Let me do that as I stand up here and give you a good overview of that. Oh no, I fell down. Never mind. We're gonna go up here. That should be like the ideal location to stand here. And let's build it and get ready. And so here we have all of it hooked up. It's now ready to go. And as you can notice, it's also blue. Because I decided that since this is the floor for Natar and Executor, was it? No, it was not. It was BGOP and Executor. Yes, it was. So their colors that they've chosen, they should also be present here. Right, so what... And I'll also always miss something. Everything has to be clicked manually, so you'll always miss something. And you'll always misclick something as well. Now, one of the things that I noticed as well, I changed this one just a slight bit so that it would hover over this line. And I also realized, of course, that as I get this in, this is the 270 iron ingots. I also meant to make sure that some of it goes in here, the 180 goes in here, but the rest should go up here for the frames. That's going to be the next thing we want to build. So it's also, of course, important that I build the frames up there and then get ready to do that. So what I need to do is just get the frames, or just get here. This one should go in. Paint it blue. And as it comes in, we can start watching that it works. Of course, some of it will go that way, which it really should not. And this is a manifold pattern, so what you will see is that a lot of it goes into the first ones. You will see that this gets overfilled quite fast. And as it just trickles down the line, it'll be less and less and less, but it'll take a while for it to even to get all of them up and running. Though the good thing is, it comes in at 270, and this one now stuck, so I get 270 in here. And I'm only going to use 180, so that should be good, right? Are we getting stuff out here? Yes, we are. There and there and there, and they will be coming up on this belt. Excellent. And what about the other parts? The screws, are they working? Let me jump onto this. Looks like the screws are coming in. Slowly, but surely, and they will be getting in here. Let me jump on that one. And we just want to make sure that they are actually working. They will be almost at full capacity here. And it looks pretty good. It comes out in big batches. Let's see. How's that one? Yeah, it comes out a batch of 20. and then there'll be a gap, and then the next one comes in, and they'll be merging in here so that there'll also be a gap on the last build. It looks okay, and this one should be working now. Yes, it is working. All right, and we got the first rotors coming out. That is excellent. We'll just see them trickle in here, and yeah, well, definitely is. The very first rotor is coming out. So that's we can see that it's working. The first two are working. The next one is just desperately waiting for items to come in. No, not a single screw. Is that a mistake, or is it simply because it's just not getting enough in here as it trickles in? It'll start filling up these much too quick, and even then, this isn't even. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is the problem with the manifold, and I know that some people want to fix it, but for me it's going to be running for 100 maybe 200 hours, this part. And if it takes 10 minutes to start up, I don't really care about the startup time. The startup time is okay if it takes 10 or even 50 minutes or 15 minutes or maybe even 20 minutes if things are really bad for a big manifold. If it takes 20 minutes to start up but then it runs smoothly for the next 200 hours, yeah, it's not worth optimizing the 15-minute startup time. So we'll just let it be, and we'll see that we have the very first ones. I wanted to just tick forward because that's exactly what we need. That makes things a lot easier now, because now we have reinforced iron plates, technically the stitched iron plates, and we have rotors available in our beautiful factory. You might feel that this is, well, a bit open, and it is. I'll close it off when I know that I don't need more space, because of this slanted roof here, each floor gets progressively smaller. And because it gets smaller, that means I don't know if I have enough space up top. So if I close it off and then realize that I need more space up top, then I have to redo a lot of things. And I don't like redoing a lot of things. So instead, we'll do this one. So, hey, look at that. Rotors done. Check mark. Moving on in the life. And up here will be frames. Whew. Okay, we are going to get some frames. I do know that I don't have enough materials, so what I'm going to do is I am going to grab some materials so we can get in here and build the frames and be ready for it. Let me do that, and then we'll be ready to build and design some frames here. And so we're back here with an inventory full of junk. Well, not junk, but things I think I need for building all of this. And what I've also prepared. We have stuff coming out here. That is the residual iron ingots that we are getting, and I've also experimented, which took a while, with the power, what are they called? Logistics, I don't know, what are they called? Logistics lift holes. There. If you were part of my last stream, then you heard me raging and ranting about it. It does work. Yep, I'll concede that. I mean, the thing is, if someone claims that something is not working and someone else is claiming that it's working, then it's obviously the person who is saying it's working that's proving, because proving a negative is a lot harder, at least in this case. So we I tried it. It worked somehow. When I don't have people watching, it worked better. So now it is time for us to get on with it. All right, what is it we want to do here? We want to make frames. So let's look at here. We have certain different ones. We can do the modular frames. That takes 12 iron rods for 2. That's 6 iron rods. Or we can do the bolted frame, which takes, in this case, since we could do the alternate recipe, the casted screws here, we can do that one as well. But if we look at it, it's still 4 screws to 1 ingot. That actually means that this is 14 iron ingots in here. That means it's 7 iron ingots per modular frame, but it's faster. But I don't really care about faster, do I? That faster is not really a concern at this point. So bolted frames are not really interesting for us. Steel frame, of course, they're super good, but not relevant to us because we don't have the steel. So it's going to be the good old-fashioned default reinforced iron frames that we're going to do. And that means, if I look at this requires 12 per minute, and that could be very easily handled by a single one making iron rods here. Scale it down to 12. Everyone's happy. And, well, the only thing that's not happy is the fact that we also need to get the reinforced iron plates in here. How many do I want? So what if I build 16 of these? That's the same result as before. So let me say if I build 16 times each of them taking 6, that's 96 being used here. And if we add the 96 plus the one below was 180. That is what, 276. I'm getting 270 inbound. I think that is a pretty reasonable assessment of ratios, and I'm really happy about that. So that's what we're going to do. So what I want to do is I want to make this one go in, and I want to go in there. Does that seem like a good place? Yeah, this seems good. That means I can get this in here, but of course I'm going to split it. That means it goes on either side. I'll leave a bit of room here. How much room do I want to make? Do I want to make it, or do I want to make it like this? This is the closest I can make the other ones. I actually don't know. Let's give it a shot like this and see if that was 1. That's now 2. Then all the way over here is 3. All the way over here is 4. All the way over here is no. Alright, so this will alternate between the middle of a foundation and the edge of the foundation. Foundation's edge? Terminus? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I need 3 on the other side. Should that work as well? That's 6 in total, and this is 7 in total, and then it'll be 8 here. Looking good. Looking good indeed. Now, then we just need one more thing, and that's actually something I want to do first. So I'm needing this. I don't know how to place it exactly, but that will be revealed when it comes to here. Because that will be our reinforced iron plates coming in, and the reinforced iron plates will be located up here. And then the distance, or more accurately, I will build this one so that it matches. Yeah. What? I don't like that I don't get the line from... Oh, well, that's not correct. That's not correct. And then this is not correct. Oh dear. This is important, all right? And then I get my splitter. And before I build them too many, yes. Okay, that is much better. Here and here. That will be, that's still not correct. Because this is in the middle, so it should also be in the middle here. And then, how did I botch that one more time? That is ridiculous how incorrect I do it. All right. Final time. Is that aligned with this? Yes, it is. Good. Good. And then I simply need to make it closer. I think that's it. Take this out. Sweet. Right, so that should make it a lot easier for us to build the next one. Because I am going to... it's not at all easier. But I think I'll do it from here. That one. Here. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. It's all good. 7. And 8. Alright. So now what we're seeing here is that this will just be a straight line in. Yes, please. And on the other side, I will get at this location. 1, 2, 3. Get it in, connecting automatically. That just needs to be brought down. This will be doing iron rods at a ratio of 12. Sweet. And this will be making regular frames. The question though is, which side do I want the box in? I think I'll bring it that way. We don't want AI splitters. We want a regular old splitter here. And that's not correct, is it? No, no, no. It's aligning to the other one. I would like a function like in Dyson Sphere program where you can click something and then you get the stuff that you were just deconstructing. So, for example, when I place this and I really want to get it back, then of course I want to get the same item I just had, but I can't get that. That's in Dyson Sphere was really good at just going like, oh, you probably want the same one because you probably misplaced it, so you just want to get the same item again back in your hand without remembering the hotkeys or anything like that. So that was a really nice little thing that I really, really enjoyed. You gotta get used to it, and Victoria doesn't have it either. So it's a really unique thing for Dyson Sphere program. And I will then have a box of happiness here. It's not a box of shame, of course it's not. It's full of frames. Box of frames. And there. Right, I think this is good. What do I need to do now? All I need to do now is just hook up again all the good stuff. That goes in here, all the way down there, and all the way back here. And then at the very end, we'll hook up the iron ingots, and then we should see this operational. So it is all hooked up and ready to go. You can see the reinforced iron plates are coming in through our lift in the floor, and it seems to work, so that's good. And we have painted most, but maybe not all. There, not all, but most of the things that we need here. And if we find something that's missing, we'll just hook that up as well with a color. Then probably, yeah, I just realized it's probably mainly these ones that are missing. Customization already applied. Yeah, but you can never have too many customization. Well, you can. There we go. All we need to do now is hook up back here. We get the residual iron ingots, and that means it's we're going to be consuming 96 per minute, and we should be only getting 90 per minute. But right now we'll probably get more because we are saturating it, and below there is a split of an even split. So we'll probably get 135, which means this one will be oversaturating, which is good when starting up, and the other one dipping below will be desaturating, undersaturated a bit. But that's okay, since it's already producing. While I've been building this, it has been producing rotors like crazy. All right, we are seeing all the starter ones are green. All of the iron rod production is green. Well, that one not, but soon it will be again. And then we should start seeing them transition into the next. All of the assemblers here are idle. They should have all of the reinforced iron plates coming in from that side since it's idle here. As soon as we start working on one, I would imagine. Now I'm starting to feel that it's... Where is it? Oh, it's because it needs 12, right? Yeah, it needs 12 to even get started. So it does take a bit of time. They're coming in at 12 per minute. And they're all set at reduced rate here. So they're all set at reduced rate. So they'll only ever produce exactly what is needed. That's a tiny way of saving a bit of power. And speaking of power, we are in trouble with power. We are actually over the 1200 that we need, or we produce. Currently the coal power plant is producing 1200, and I thought that would be enough. It is not. So we are really over at this point. And that means we need to focus on unlocking tier 5 and 6, which will be the next thing, but we just need some rotors, we need some stators, we need some rotors, we need some frames, we need some reinforced iron plates. So as we build this one, it is easy for us to go into the next part, which will obviously be getting some, well, handcrafting or box crafting. Are we getting something? Not yet. We're getting some box crafting of the smart plating, the automated wiring, and the versatile framework. Yeah, I can remember it. Those three things we'll need it, and that will be the first thing we do in the next episode, because now we have done this. The first thing we do is unlock tier 5 so we can get some better power, Basically, we need to get better power by getting better belts. That means Mark 4 belts, we can get 480 on a single belt. And, oh, okay, this is now moving, so that means things are starting to work. You can see they're all actually active. And look at that, just roaring in with lots and lots of heavy, not heavy, unfortunately, just regular old modular frames. That's great. And that means next time we'll do that. But we are not done yet, because what we have now is we have things in boxes. And I don't want things in boxes. I want things in road network. So yeah, we probably should figure out a way to do this thing here. This is not pretty. Well, actually it is kind of pretty. But what I want is, I want to close this off in a nice way. Oh, this one, someone forgot to do that. And there's a lot of space down here. So that should be a good location to build some truck stops. Then we need to find a way to get all of the materials into the truck stops so we can build all that. One of the things I want to do is, well, that, oh, okay. I'll need to set it up here. Oops, not vertical. Zoop this way. And no, actually not. I think I want to do like that done the other parts. The corners should be full concrete. I think that'll just look nicer. We'll just do one corner here. And that also makes it easier for me to drag that one out. Drag these out. Oh man, this is the mandatory I love souping moment. Hold on. I'm gonna get a truck stop in here, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, there. And then I think I'll do that one. And then we can zoop our way further down there. Right, there's a lot of souping to do on all of these floors, getting that one in. Then I also need to make a path here that will go out on this side. Oh, actually this is too thick. I think. That will go out and merge into that location. Yep. And basically what this allows us to do is that from anywhere we will now be able to request modular frames, rotors, and reinforced iron plates if we can just get it out onto a road network. Right now we just have a single path here, but I want to make this path just extend, so we'll just throw tons of trucks on there, or currently tractors, and they'll be bumping into each other, but I think that'll just be fun to see them just flying off. That's something that's mostly going to happen probably on our live streams, but hey, I think that's going to be fun. We want to force the trucks to be a bit derpy since they can recover so easily now. Anyway, let me get that, put the truck stops in, and then we'll find a way to get our materials down here so we can do that. Then I'll just wrap up the episode by making sure that it's not only built, but it's also available to the rest of the network. Let's go to that one. Here. Yeah, that's a good place to stand and swoosh. Look at this absolutely stunning factory we have here. I am so happy about what we have here, and it looks so cool. I built these truck stops in here. I have managed to get the coal that we are using for fueling. It's not the best fuel, but it's here getting into these locations, so they are fueled, they're powered. And if we go out here, it's going to be super awesome. Look at that. We have a truck path that is completely ready and goes over there and merges into the rest of the network. That is going to be super amazing, and we have room for the trucks to come in here, or actually the tractors. I am so happy about it. I wonder if we can actually name these. Can we do that? Can they be named? No. Why not? Well, docking station, I can actually do that. That is glorious. All right, what I want to do now is I want to get things down here. Oh, I can also see that I'm actually missing something here. These are all not connected, aren't they? Oh, they are actually colored. It's just mergers don't have a lot of color. All right, what is my point? My point here is that I want to make sure that from the top levels, I will bring things down. And as I bring things down here, this one will be reinforced iron plates, this will be modular frames, and this will be rotors, because that fits best with how it's built up there. Now, I also want to make sure that there is an overflow, and I'm kind of encroaching a bit on the area here that this one should use, and I'm not super happy about that, but I don't really know what else to do about that. What I could do was make actually a little plateau up here, since this is awful is the right word. What if I do something like here and zoop that? I don't want to build it too big, because I also need to make sure that there's enough room for the trucks to move. So like a little plateau up here for our ticket production for this facility. Because it's really important that I get no more tickets inbound here. Do you think that maybe the last one out here could be sloped instead? Yep. And this one could also just include some sloping. For no reason. And then we should have a corner. I know I have it. We paid good money for it, so let's use it. There. Sweet. That is not a lot of room to get in here. But I think that with a bit of a trickery, we might be able to do it anyway. And then I can use this line out here for getting things into an extra awesome sink that we'll just place in this corner. How close do we want to make it? You don't want to just shunt it too far in the corner. It's not like we're ashamed of it. This. Going in. Going in. Funny how that actually counts as being colliding with something. Huh. And let's see. I'll just get it here. Alright, so basically I'll get stuff down here, in here, but there will be an overflow. Let's see. Is this inbound? This is outbound. Okay, so this will be the inbound. So at some point I'm gonna get a It has to go up. Like that one. Otherwise it doesn't work. Or maybe it does work. No, it doesn't. Okay, so here's my thought. If I do this, and let's say I'm bringing this in from the top somehow. Goes in. That one is inbound. And the other thing is overflow. Of course, I'm going to need it to make it an overflow. Oh, actually, I can make the overflow out here. Huh. And then make another merger on this side. This will just be a merger. And then that's going to be overflow. That means I do need to make a few air limiters. This one. And it is rotors. Oh, I wish I had rotors around here. And some air limiters. All right. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to find a way to get it down. And I just need to get it through this ceiling here. And then we can make some kind of input here. And we'll just drag it along the roof of the building into that. And then I'll have it as an overflow over on this side. I like that. And there. Yes, so that's going to be here. Okay, let me prepare that so we can hook this up, and we'll see that it starts working. All right, I'm not going to lie, that was a bit more complex than I thought. What I've done is I have punched holes all the way up there from the top, and then brought them in here at the various locations. And all I need to do now is, I hope, switch this on, get a level 3, and hopefully it'll match correctly here. It'll not match correctly. If I do it this way. Damn. It works. All right. So it has to be done from the bottom. And let's see. Is this working? Overflow to the left. That's left is that way. So only overflow goes in there. And that means this will now be ready to get rotors out. That is amazing. Sorry, I have to do this at night. I've spent so much time on it that by the time I was ready for it, I really felt like it was time. It was time. I hope you're appreciating all of the sort of off-camera things, because I feel it is what really just takes this series to the next level by just trying to get something extra. More than what we can do in just a single episode here, and cover a lot more ground in each episode, and make sure that it's not just functional but also aesthetic as well. So the good thing we see now is that nothing is going out to the location, and that's kind of also what we expected. We do not expect anything to go out here for a very long time, so we don't actually know if it's working. I don't know, is that good or bad? I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's just gonna be the way it is. There we go, and you are now gonna be hooked up. There, that is, well, now this factory is absolutely complete. We can get some trains in, or some trucks in here to pick up the things that we want and take them on to other factories, such as heavy modular frames or motor factories. Those are definitely things that will be something we want to hook up during when we hit tier 5 and 6. And then we also need to make like a small oil facility, but there's tons more. And this is basically just the early game that's now complete, and we're going to be transitioning into the mid game as we go along. I am super happy about this, and I'm really excited to see trucks coming in and out of this facility, coming in from both sides and then being out on the road networks. I'm really happy about the trucks, how they're implemented now. So hope you enjoyed this episode, because it's all about the enjoyment. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section with good ideas, bad ideas, errors, ideas, concepts, you know, those kind of things. And questions, of course. If you have some more advanced questions, come on over to my Twitch stream. That's a much better place for us to discuss and talk about it. And maybe I can even illustrate some points about things that either work or don't work, and we can try that together. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode here on YouTube or maybe on Twitch. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.